This house was supposed to be a dream come true, but it was actually one of the biggest financial mistakes that I ever made. I thought that I was doing the smart thing, more space, nicer neighborhood, everything I'd worked for, but it cost me more than just money. It cost me peace, freedom, and time I'll never get back. Most people never question the push for more. I didn't either until it about broke me. Let me tell you exactly what happened, so maybe you won't fall into the same trap that I did. Guys, I bought this property and this house in 2016. At the time, I already had a paid-for home. It was on 5 acres, about 5.5 acres, actually 5.56, so 5.5 acres. It was paid for. It was a single wide trailer, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom that I bought new and put on that property. And I had bought that property in 2012. So 2012, I bought the property, I cleaned it up, and I put the mobile home that I bought new on that property. And I did a lot of work fixing that property up. And then, I was happy for a while. And then I got some bad neighbors that came in. Neighbors across the road were up all night. They were making methamphetamine up all night. You could hear car doors slamming, stuff like that all night long. Up the road from where I lived at the time, there was a guy up there that was selling dope. So I had a dope dealer in front of the house here that was selling dope and making methamphetamine up all night. Up the road from where I was at was another one. And the traffic was back and forth all the time, all hours of the night. And it was really, really aggravating at the time. The county let the road go to pieces. It was a mess, it really was. And there were some more issues going on at the time with relationships and things that I was having. And, I was making really good money at the time. And I was making over $100,000 a year at the time. And I had, money in the bank, everything was going great. I went and bought a brand new pickup truck, the one I still got now. I bought that 10 years ago, to 2015. And so I thought, the money's going to keep coming in. I thought everything was going to be fine. And I was running this survivalistblog.net at that time. And like I said, neighbor across the road, drugs, up the road, drugs, traffic, noise. And you always had to worry about someone breaking into your house all the time. I was home most of the time, so they didn't get me. But they got a lot of other homes that was in the area, several actually. And it was just a big mess. And like I said, I had a relationship going on at the time, and the woman had 3 kids actually at the time. So with all that going on, and then me dating her, and I was thinking, I hate to admit it now, but I was thinking about a long-term relationship. I was thinking about a serious long-term relationship. And so I thought I needed a bigger house, because of what was going on up there. That kind of pushed it over the edge, plus the relationship. And I was making good money at the time, so I said, I'm going to buy, something bigger, and I'm going to sell this property I have here. So I went to looking for another property, and I looked for a little while, and I bought this property down here. And I bought this property, and obviously this is a much larger house than that 2-bedroom mobile home I had on the other property. This is 3 acres here, and this house is like, I think it's 3,000 square foot, if you count the bottom and the top together. It's got a full-size basement. It's got 2 bathrooms, kitchen, dining room, all kinds. It's got a garage, and I really liked the garage when I first saw the property. So I said, okay, I'll just buy that property, and then I will sell my other property. And that's what I did. I went to the bank, we signed the papers and things, and I paid $24,000 down. I think that it was $24,000 down. And then I had the rest of it, I was going to pay payments on a mortgage. And so I sold the other property. And when I sold the other properties, I took that money and put that on this place here to, get that paid up. So I still owed quite a bit of money on this place still yet, despite selling my other property and putting it on this place here. And it wasn't 2 months that the people across the road from me over there was making methamphetamine. The guy was from West Virginia, and he actually got caught. It wasn't for making the methamphetamine. He was actually running from the law because he was a child molester. And he was convicted in West Virginia, and he came to Tennessee down here, right across from me, just my luck, and was there living, hiding out, from the police, living there, because he left West Virginia because he was a child molester and they were looking for him. And he lived right there across the road from me for close to 2 years. And him and his wife would be out in the middle of the road, or it could have been his girlfriend, I don't know if they're married or not. They'd be out in the road screaming and fighting and everything in the middle of the road. The cops came, apparently never did check him out to find out what he was. But right after I left, within a month or two, he got busted for being a child molester, and they moved out, so that issue was gone. The guy up the road from where I lived at the other property, he died. He had died within a couple of months. So he was gone, the dope dealer up the road was gone, his 2 boys that lived up the road that stole everything, they were gone because they all moved out. The boys and his wife that he had up there, after the guy died, they moved out. So both things that were aggravating me about that remedied itself within a couple of months after I moved out. That's just the luck, isn't it? Also, my relationship broke up at about that same time. So everything just pow happened, and I'd bought this property, sold my other property like an idiot, and I had signed the mortgage for this. I had this, I was already moving in, and I had already moved in actually, and I'd already sold the other property. And I can't remember if I was still getting my stuff out or not. I know I had a little bit of time to get my rest of my stuff out before the other guy took over the property. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time. Like I said, that was 2016 when I sold that property and bought this one. And this property has been a huge pain in the ass. It really has been. I'm proud to have a house. I'm glad to have a home. It's a comfortable home. It's solid. And I'm happy to have it. I mean, it's definitely beats being homeless, which I've been before. But I didn't need this big of a property. I really didn't. The house is difficult to clean because it's so big. It takes a lot more work to clean this house. Like I said, 3,000 square feet versus a 2-bedroom, single wide mobile home. I mean, I could clean that, keep that spotless all the time without any issue at all. This year's a lot more work to keep up. The yard work, more work to keep up. Plus I lost a lot of money I had to pay on this extra from what I sold the other property for and I already had saved up. So I used my savings, $24,000 at the time, for the down payment. Sold my other property and paid on this and still had to pay a mortgage on this for like 6 years before I got it paid off. So that was a huge, huge mistake. And like I said, all the problems that I had and the reasons I had moved within 2 months had remedied themselves. So don't think that you always need something more. Don't be pushing for something larger because you might not need it. And most of the time you don't. Most of the time you can make do with what you have. And we all want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We all want to show that we're doing great in life. We want to have a bigger house. We want to have a bigger vehicle or a nicer vehicle. We want to have nice shiny things to show everyone else. And I was the same way at one time, but I've gotten a lot better about that now. I don't care now what people think. But also, you have this property here, like I said, it's more to clean, takes more time, it's more to heat, obviously, because it's a lot bigger house. It also has, like I said, 3,000 square feet. However, it also has 12-foot tall ceilings. So that's another issue because the heat goes up. So it takes a lot to heat this place in the wintertime. In the summertime, it takes more to cool this place. So it's more money I wasn't spending before because of the trailer. The mobile home I lived in was a whole lot cheaper to cool and heat. So it wasn't nearly as big an issue. So that's more money all the time. No matter how many years I'm here, it's going to be more money than what I was spending before because I got something larger. And my taxes here are a lot more than what they were up there. So every year, more taxes. Insurance, homeowners insurance, more here. So that's more money every month. Gasoline, where I live at now, it's a lot further to travel to where I go shopping at. The Walmart is a lot further away now than what it was. My mom lives further away. The post office is further away. The bank that I use is further away. So everything is a lot further away. Actually, it's about probably 30 minutes longer drive there and back. So that's more gas, more gasoline, more wear and tear on my vehicle, more wear and tear on the tires, more time that I spend going and coming, time I could be doing something else like making more money or resting or doing something besides driving back and forth. So you take 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, that's an hour a day gone extra that I wasn't using before. Because before, I was right there. I could be out to the road where I need to be at within 15 minutes. And down here, it's 45 minutes to 50 minutes to get out of here and get to where I need to go to. So just more money, all the way around, more money. I didn't think about it at the time because I was making good money at the time. And then, about the same time I moved down here, websites, blogging, fell through the floor. The prepping niche, which is what I was in at the time, I was talking about prepping like I was on survivalsblog.net. It's one of the biggest prepper blogs in existence at the time. There was one more that might have been bigger. We were pretty close, actually. And I don't know who got the most traffic, but it was close. And I was making, like I said, good money. And I was making 8, 9, 10, I made $17,000 one month one time at that website. The best month I had was $17,000, so money was coming in. And I thought it was going to keep coming in, but it didn't. Because as soon as I moved down here in 2016, all the prepping shows was on television at the time. You remember Doomsday Preppers, Doomsday Bunkers, Doomsday Castle, Man, Woman, Wild, Dual Survival. It was all over the television there for several years. The whole prepping niche was, and it was hyped up, it was built up on television through shows like that, and people's interest was high. And so people go online looking for that. It went mainstream. And that made my website traffic go up and up and up and up and kept going up. When the website traffic went up and up and up, I made more and more money. And then all those shows, pretty much at the same time, when I bought this property, within just a few months, ended. Final seasons, gone. Donald Trump got elected. We had Obama was in there, was making the most money because people were fearful because a Democrat was in office. And Trump got in, people wasn't fearful anymore. And he did a lot better his first term than he's doing this term, in my opinion. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. But just everything happened at the same time. And my earnings went down big time. And I had a difficult time paying this place off, actually, because my earnings went way down. And I still don't make as much money now as I did back then, because you can make a lot more money on a website if you get the same traffic than you can here on YouTube. If I got the same traffic on a website still yet that I get here on YouTube on the videos and things, I'd make good money still yet. But you can't do it no more because the algorithms and things like that just completely changed. So websites anymore can't make any money off of it. Plus, like I said, the prepping topic, the prepping niche went down in popularity. All kinds of things happened at the time, and it really makes things difficult, and it still makes things difficult because it's a lot more money now to keep this place up, to pay taxes, to pay the heat, to cool, to travel, back and forth, everything. More work cleaning this, the yard is more work to take care of. So it's all a negative besides the size. That's all I gained was more size. So don't make the mistake I did. Bigger isn't always better. More isn't always better. Sometimes you have to be happy with what you have, because sometimes what you have is exactly what you need. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.